Yo, what up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFell Show. Hopefully, everything is working okay. I had a weird glitch on my computer just now, so I didn't even know the intro ended. But welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Today, we're going to be doing some Spider Man inspired drawings. I just came from seeing Spider Man Across the Spider Verse, and it was so amazing. And I just want to do some art on it. I even got my Miles Morales beanie to get us going. So let's get today started. Let's do it. All right. And then let me just check. Let me just double check, make sure everything is working okay with the tech. Because like I said, something seems to be going wrong on my end. Okay. All right. Looks like we good. All right. So let's start sketching. I'm not exactly sure how this is all going to pan out because things just happen. Things just happen on the stream, and sometimes we do random stuff on here, and that's just kind of what makes it fun. So let's see what happens. Looking up some inspiration, and I'm going to be talking about Spider Verse a lot. Matter of fact, I also got 3 water bottles right here, just because that it's just going to be one of those types of days. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to if I'm going to go through all of them or what, but we will see. And I just realized there's also music playing. So give me 1 second. Let's play some music. That was all the things I mentioned earlier. Audio. Ah, okay, excellent. We're gonna need lots of water today. Yes, you are, Manette. You're gonna need lots of water. Megan's on. What's up, Joe McFo fam? What's up, Danger? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Please tell me this is a no spoiler stream. We're playing. I'm watching it during the week. I will. I am very careful about spoilers, and I hate it when people spoil it for me, especially a movie that I've been waiting 5 years to see. So if there are any spoilers, they will not come from my mouth. I will say though that Spider Verse 2 was a absolutely fantastic movie. There was first off the visuals alone just made me want to level up my art skills. With lots of new styles, lots of new characters we're going to see. Very heartfelt, and it just I went to see with a friend of mine, and he said that it's probably the best movie he's ever seen in his life. And so, with that said, yeah, we're gonna get started here. Gotta figure out a cool pose. I really like this one here. Um, I was debating doing like a Javen from Shadow Boxers mixed with Miles drawing or something like that. I don't know how that would look, but I think it'd be kind of cool. Um, 'Cause they both do kind of like parkour type of dynamic actiony poses. So we'll just see what happens. But trying to think what other things I liked about the movie that is not spoilery. I think one of my favorite things about it was the character motivations. It really all made sense to me. There are some times where you see a movie and you're like, oh, that I don't understand why this character would make that decision. That I didn't get that with this movie. I really didn't. And I think they did such an amazing job expanding on the world that we already know. They got a couple of good twists in there. Got some good for anyone who's a Spidey fan. And here, let me just take a big swig for that. Mm. Um, for anyone who is a big Spidey fan, there's lots of things to enjoy. Because well, they showed it in the trailers, but there's lots of new characters, I will say, and it's just so easy to fall in love with with everybody. It's just fantastic. I mean, they did a really good job. You could tell the movie was made by people who were fans of the property. Like it wasn't just a quick cash grab or anything like that. Like they poured their heart and souls into it, and I actually just saw something that said that this movie made 120 mil at the box office this weekend. So it's at number one right now, and yeah, it was just so epic. My only criticism is now I gotta wait till March, March of next year to see the finale of it because they have it's a 3-part thing and yeah, now I just gotta wait till March, but it's so good. That'd be cool. You should do it. Awesome, awesome. Um, yeah, I think I'll be doing that. So we got Miles right here doing his thing, and Javen. Maybe Javen can be doing some sort of like surfer thing, surfer pose. Yeah, so here we got Javen right here, Miles. I think they will be homies. I really do. I could totally see Miles and Javen just hanging out. But I don't think Shadowboxers is in the Spider-Verse, unfortunately. I mean, who knows if it ever got, maybe if it got picked up by Sony one day, if it did, then maybe that could happen technically. But yeah, I don't know about all that. All right, let's see. Maybe I should have to go back a bit. So right now, I'm just doing a loose sketch here, trying to figure out the pose for Miles. I do have a reference that I'm using from the film, and I just wanted to get him to be stretchy and dynamic because that's what Miles is all about. Miles, Peter, Gwen, any of them, it's all about being dynamic, and also there's lots of really nice angles on these characters. Of course, we gotta get the thwip happening. Thwip. Oh, by the way, Megan and Kathy, since you guys are on, if you have not yet, check the Shadowboxers Discord. I got a cool update for y'all, in case y'all haven't seen it. And who knows, maybe if this fan art goes well, then maybe I'll make a print of it or something, if that's even possible, because Disney be coming after people. And well, I guess that's only if it's MCU. Because Sony, that should be fine. That should be fine. Maybe I'll make a print one day. That leg is not working well. That leg is not doing it for me. One of the tricky things about Spidey is you got to make sure that the bones are actually in the right placement. The bones and limbs and all that. All right, so there's Miles right there, and Javen. Let me check my post reference book real quick. See if I can find something. Megan's like, exclamation point, exclamation point. Yep, it's a cool little surprise. Sorry, everyone else who's watching. Can't show you guys just yet, but it is cool. I promise you that. Let's see. So right now I got my anatomy reference pose book. I don't even know how many drawings are in here. Probably thousands, if I were to guess. But I want to get a cool pose for from the character here. So let's just see. Cool. It's actually not too far off from what I had already. Megan says, I've been cleaning and painting all day, so I haven't been on my computer. computer, painting walls, nothing fun. Oh, that sounds rather awful, actually. Oh my goodness. Like you're literally watching paint dry, it sounds like. But once it's done, it'll look beautiful, I'm certain. But yeah, what have you guys been up to in the last week other than painting the walls? You guys been doing anything fun? I just took a trip to San Francisco, um, and I drove back on like Thursday morning. I almost got into a really bad crash too. I was driving really fast. I won't say how fast because I don't know who's watching, and I hit the brake at a certain point, and the car started swerving out of control. And I thought I was going to go over the edge for a second, but thankfully, at the last moment, some stability came back, and no accident was had. No one got hit. No one flew out of the windshield, and it was much better after that. I was also trying not to hyperventilate. I had to play one. It was one of those moments where you're just breathing so deep that you're like, and then I had to play like the most soothing song I could think of, which is a Stevie Wonder song called "Visions." It was one of those moments, y'all. It's one of those moments. Let's see. Jaden's got his pathway. His power's right here. Probably at his foot. His chest probably would be more narrow than that. Probably need to lift his head up. Because necks are important, guys. Necks are super important. Yeah, here we go. I'm still not convinced by Miles' leg right here. I feel like he needs to. This one's tricky. Ah, darn it. What's going on? Stab it. Let's get that web doing its thing over here. Hold on 1 second. Someone's asking the link for this very stream. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, there we go. Cool. All right, I'm kind of liking this now. I'm liking Miles a lot better. Liking how Javen's kind of coming out. Not sure about the composition. Probably should have done a smaller sketch, but you know what? Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for composition all the time. Maybe if we do. Kind of like this tilt. Not those legs. It's always the legs, guys. I don't know what it is, but something about the legs makes me not like it anymore. So forgive me. Let's just try this again. Okay, now they're a little far apart, so let's actually make them homies. Fun fact, there was a time where people thought Javen was actually fan art of Miles Morales. Those were painful days. And the whole reason was because Javen used to have a red color scheme. And I promised it was before the movie came out. But once that film came out, the same year I was designing him, everyone just started going, oh, look, it's Miles. And I was like, oh, jeez. So, yeah. By the way, guys, I do have one confession to make about the movie when I went to see it. I had to pee during the movie. I had to leave in the middle of the right after the climax of the movie, just because I couldn't take it anymore. And it was one of those moments. So I went with a friend of mine, and he had the tickets, and my phone, the tickets were for 9:15 this morning, and he showed up late, and I was calling. I was like, "Yo, man, where are you at?" And his phone was off. Apparently, his phone had died the night before, and he wasn't answering for a while. I was like, "Oh no, don't tell me I gotta, get a whole new thing just to see this movie." And we were rushing so quickly, we didn't have time for snacks or anything, and I didn't realize that I wouldn't be able to hold it in, so I had to leave for 2 or 3 minutes. It was so painful. But apparently I didn't miss much, so I'm thankful for that. But it is like a 2.5 hour time investment. So yeah. I spent most of the past week recovering from a cold that I'm now suspecting is actually bad allergies. I haven't been this affected by allergy season in roughly 10 years. It's very annoying. That is awful. I've never had an issue with allergies personally, but I've heard really bad things about it and I've seen it. Erica's here. Hello, Erica. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you. Let's see. Maybe if we tilt his head a little bit, let's see what happens like this. Oh, that looks cool. I don't like the shoulder overlapping look, but yeah. Okay, cool. It's a decent start for a sketch. Now I'm gonna go back on top, do a different color, and let's start in honor of our sequel. Let's start with this one. So one thing about the style of this project is that it's really angular. It's got a lot of really nice angles in it. So I want to see if I can be faithful to that. There's never, ever really any truly curved round lines. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, if you're an artist and I imagine you are if you're on the stream or watching this channel, it's one of those movies that makes you just want to level up. Like I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's absolutely insanity. Absolutely insane. Because like even things like the colors or the way that they transition in certain shots, like there's some shots that that you can't do in any other film outside of this one. Like there's one sequence, I won't get too specific, basically Miles and another character are sitting upside down in a building, and you can see the other buildings in the distance, but they're all upside down because that's how they're actually sitting upside down because they're spider people. And it's like you couldn't get that type of shot anywhere else. It's just incredible. Absolutely amazing. Do I have my Spider-Verse brush pack on here? I don't know if I do. I have a whole Spider-Verse set. If this were in Photoshop, I would totally have it, but I'm always a little nervous to have that on these streams because it might glitch out on me. I have a question in this channel. Do we get giveaways? I've never done one before, But that's not a bad idea. I have to get something to give away, but but that is not a bad idea. What would you guys want if we ever did giveaways? What would be something you're interested in? Yes, this channel's a little small for a giveaway, at least in my estimation. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys are like, no, let's do it. Let's make something awesome, or have a contest or something. I don't know what that contest would be. We'd have to figure out what to give away and what the contest would be. So those are two things I'd have to figure out. All right, so there's leg here. Just keeping it nice and angular. I also love Miles's kind of update design because it takes place a decent amount of time after the first movie, and you can just see it in his design. He's changed. His look has changed, but he's like really tall and lanky, and the shapes are so exaggerated. And I just absolutely love it. Just absolutely love it. Here we go. This is looking pretty good. Kathy says, I have extra stickers. I'll take one of your drawings. Okay. All right. We got stickers and drawings. That's not a bad start. Yeah, maybe we could do both. Maybe we'll give away some stickers and a drawing. But we gotta figure out what the contest would be. Maybe, you know what, maybe we'll do a 1,000 subscriber special. Maybe that's what we'll do, because we're at 829 right now. Subscriber base has been kind of slow lately, but that's my fault. I haven't been posting enough content. And now that my class is over, I want to start getting back to that. So maybe we'll do a giveaway on 1,000 subs. And, and if you guys tell more people about the channel, then obviously we'll get there faster, because I don't control when we hit 1,000. I have no idea when that's going to be. But I think that could be cool. Now, let's get on his hand right here. Not sure how his fingers are shaped. Let's see. It's like maybe if I reverse this. Yes, that. The cool thing about this design is it's super lanky. I always like exaggerating. You guys seen my Abaddon designs. I like drawing characters with like elongated legs and limbs and stuff. There's something about it that's just really, really fun. These are too big. Might need to make this a little larger too. Is still too big, so let's bring that out. There we go, that's a little better. As long as it doesn't overtake our very important FMA reaction. You are so determined, Megan. You are so determined. I appreciate your consistency. Where's Amanda when you need her for backup, right? Let's see. That foot is terrible. Let's back up. No, that up. Okay. It's still not good. I think I know what's going on. Let's do a little bit of foreshortening here, and that should do it. Yeah, have his leg going back in space a little bit more. There we go. There's his foot. And now that one looks really goofy, so let's remove that and try again. Okay, that leg feels a little too skinny, so let's change that up a bit. Just gonna push that out to the side a little more. Give him a little bit more girth. Miles is a strong young lad, so we can give him some larger legs here. But his body still feels short, like it feels disproportionate. Let me lengthen this a bit. Something about the proportions weren't feeling quite right. I'm not even sure if they're still, I don't even know if they're correct at all, but yeah. Shrink the head a little bit. Okay, that'll work. And then if he's doing that, then his hand is going to look something like this. Okay, then I don't really like how this arm is looking right now, so let's get that bicep. More sense. I think and this is why knowing anatomy is super important, because I wouldn't be able to do any of this if I hadn't like memorized certain portions of it. And I still have reference up, by the way. I'm not neglecting reference. It's just that I'm doing something a little bit more stylized, so sometimes it can be kind of challenging. Let's see. Miles is looking pretty cool. Got some things coming out, some things going away. I think this portion of the leg needs to be longer. That thigh is looking a little short. Okay, we got him flipping, and then this guy has logo right here across the chest. I'm just going to do something really light. Okay. All right, cool. Take a quick break on Miles for a second. Then we're going to jump to my character, Javen. So let's pull up a reference, what it looks like. I actually did a new drawing of him if you guys want to see. Well, actually, it's not new, but I finally like created it. So I did a sketch a long time ago, like maybe 2-3 years ago, and I just never took it to the final. So here, let me show you guys. Oops, that one. So I did not this picture. Is it in there? Should be in there. Yeah, I did this page of action poses a long time ago, and this one right here in the bottom right, I always really like this one. There's something really cool about it. So I decided to finish it up. And this is the result of it right here. You guys can see brand new Javen. I did this in Procreate. I just got a new iPad and I was like testing it out and stuff. But I think he's looking pretty slick personally. I don't like seeing him on a light background or a white background like that. So let me see if I can bring him in here for a second. We'll be able to enjoy it together. Yeah, so there we go. So the way I did this, by the way, you know, you start off with, I had a very strong base, right? That sketch that I showed you guys initially was where I had to start everything off. And I didn't have to worry about things like proportion and stuff like that because I already did that in the initial. So then I won't say traced, but I practically went over it almost exactly like how I drew it when those cleaner lines to make it look more like animation. Tried to give myself a little bit of freedom. Had difficulty with hands, as always. People always have difficulty with it. And then I included the powers right here. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I also changed the position of the hands a little bit too. And, or not the hands, the feet. And yeah, so that's what we got. There's our new Javen right there. Thank you for the fire emojis, Megan. Appreciate it. So with that, let's actually bring that very drawing in and use that as reference because I like it. There we go. Yeah. It's also fun to add little things like the glow on his face right here and his lips. Doing things like that just help it to feel more alive, you know? So I always have fun with that. So let's see how this is gonna look. Oops, that's not the right color. Let's try this one. I think I want to do a happy expression on Javen. He's always kind of mad when I draw him because frowns look cool on characters for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what that says about me, but it just looks really cool. Like you look at Batman and Superman, they're always like, but those are the coolest ones, right? It's always that. But here, we'll switch it up a little bit. So let's get Javen's hair. By the way, if anyone wants to know how to draw Javen, I mean, there's plenty of streams where I've done that. But the first thing I do, I kind of just give him this pointy, like, what should this be? Like a mountain for a hair. And then you gotta make sure that at this point right here in the hair, where it creates this triangle at this point, that's where his head ends. And then right here, his hair kind of pops out because this is his actual cranium. So it pops out here. And then his hair has 4 points leading up to the main section at the top. And occasionally you might see another one kind of pop up down here. But that's how you do Javen's hair. And he's got the most extreme widow's peak / hairline of any character I've ever drawn in life. It is so, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was mimicking like a Beast Boy drawing or something like that, but it works, you know, it works. It's cool. All right, so he's got his traps here, and then shoulder. Javen's always a little tricky with his sleeve. That's actually probably the most difficult part about him is because his sleeve is rolled up and it's not just a short sleeve like going around here. So you gotta crunch it up. And believe it or not, if you want to know where I got the inspiration for that, it literally comes from Michael Jackson music videos because he always, especially in the Thriller era, he always had his sleeves rolled up for some reason. And I was like, you know what? I gotta do an ode to MJ somehow. So like, if you look, where's that? Yeah, he's got his sleeves rolled up right there. Had to do it. If I type in beat it, same exact thing. I think even Billie Jean has it. Let me see. This one, pretty sure he does it for a second. Oh, maybe not. Oh well, if you want to consider that rolled up, it looks like the sleeve is having a hard time. It's like, no, sir, please stop. But yeah, had to get that inspiration, you know. Oh, Amanda's in the house. Spider-Verse was amazing, and for that, we will drink her water. Oh man, yeah, it's freaking awesome. Megan says that is so you. It is so me, right? That's the thing. That's what Showboxers is. It's like an ode to all the stuff that I just love and appreciate and care about. And Michael Jackson has a huge influence on me. I mean, I'm not a musician, but I respect his dedication to his craft so much. You know, I think anyone who goes to the lengths that someone like him does in order to achieve greatness should be admired. You know, even if you don't like his music or if you don't like him as a person or whatever the case is, the fact that he was able to achieve what he was able to achieve, especially during the time that he lived, was incredible. Like there was a debate a while ago about Drake versus Michael Jackson, who's better, and it's like Drake has the internet, he's got Spotify, he's got all this stuff. Whereas MJ had to put out his music when it was just radio play. He was global, he was international. And the fact that, you know what I find funny? Those videos of women fainting at concerts just before he even moves a muscle. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine how much people would have to love you for you literally to faint at seeing him and missing the whole concert? Like, there was something up with that. And so, you know, and then also, someone like Kobe Bryant. I was on TikTok last night and I sent this to my mom because she's a huge Kobe fan. May he rest in peace. And it was all, or I don't say all, but a compilation of his game-winning shots. And he also has the most missed shots in NBA history, which I find incredible. So it's one of those things you just gotta respect it. You know what I mean? I mean, no spoilers. I'm gonna try to see Tuesday. Yeah, we're not spoiling Spider-Verse as much as I want to talk about it, but it's so good. I'll never spoil it. That Superman cameo, though. LOL, JK Wrong Universe. You know what? Speaking of Superman, though, I did see a trailer for the new Flash movie, and they're basically doing a DC universe, like multiverse type of thing in there. It's actually kind of cool. Drake or Michael Jackson, dude, is the king. How can there be a conversation? That's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. Drake, really? Yeah, not even a chance. Yeah, you know what? So there was Drake was in one conversation. Harry Styles was another. They were saying he was the new king of pop, and I was like, stop it, sir. And people were starting to put videos of him singing as a 16-year-old, like auditioning, and then Michael Jackson at 11 years old, what they were doing, and it's not even a contest. And then I saw another one with this rapper named Joe Budden. He has a podcast, and I just saw a clip. I don't really like him that much, but you know, I know enough about him. And he said that he thought Chris Brown was far more talented than Michael Jackson. And I think Chris Brown's incredibly talented. He's got a lot of skill, but it would also be a little much for me to say that he's got more than MJ. Like, it's just, you know. The pioneering aspect of it all, you know, like Chris Brown wouldn't be able to do anything if it weren't for Mike. But thankfully, it's other people saying that, not him himself. Like, that's one thing I appreciate about some of these guys, is as prideful as they might seem to be, like, they know their limits. They're like, we know when we see greatness. You know, even Kanye West or Ye, he'll even recognize when you know someone has outdone him in his own game. You know, like, there was a story I heard with Kanye where basically he was trying to do a beat for, I think it was the song "Can't Tell Me Nothing," if I'm not mistaken, and he was trying to be in competition with a producer named Timbaland, and he was struggling so much with it, and then he ended up asking Timbaland for help, and after he fixed it in like record time, he was like, "That's why I'm the best, Econ. Yeah, that's why I'm the best one out there." It's hilarious. I'm going to go see it again with soon with my nephews. Yeah, it's so good. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys have to see it if you're a Spidey fan. If you're watching the stream, you're pretty much by default a Spidey fan because we have the drinking, right? I got my beanie on and everything. And by the way, yes, I did wear this in the theater. Just to be clear, I did wear this in the theater. There was no question as to what movie I was going to see. I didn't care. That's right. Okay, so let's get the leg back here. Javen's kind of got baggy sweats, so I'm going to bring those in like this. We better be careful in case any fans of a certain pop singer come in, don't want to cause a stir, don't want anyone to get timed out. I think we'll be okay. Ginger Self, if you're watching this, we love you. But you're still not correct about the Taylor Swift thing. Let's see. Okay, this foot is way too small. Let's enlarge that. One thing I know I gotta get better at, just as an artist in general, is not zooming in so much because it's so easy to get kind of tunnel vision when you're moving like this. But you gotta see the whole picture. Right, that's why I'm trying to move around. Like I haven't drawn Javen's face because I'm trying to get us to see everything at once. Although I do think his body's a little on the frail, thin side. I don't think that's working for him. He looks like he needs a couple of biscuits. This dude is like, it's not even skinny. It's just like he has half a rib cage. Like the width, the girth of his rib cage is even right. Based on this right now. When in doubt, zoom out, folks. Yes, exactly. All right, and then let's get. You know that remind me of, Megan? That episode of SpongeBob where Patrick's like, "When in doubt, pinky out." It was great. Okay, that actually looks like it would hurt his wrist. Let's open that there. So then, like I said, we're gonna have him smiling a bit. Get his nose in here. Javen and I have almost the exact same nose. On purpose too, because I designed them. I get to make whatever scissors I want. His face is a little bit on the long side though. Let's move that mouth. This might be a little on the goofy side, but I'm kind of okay with it. So Javen's eyes, he's kind of got 5 directions. He's got it's diagonal, over, down, 1, 2. That's kind of how I do his eyes. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, I think I made the smile a little too big here. he could still have a big smile and be at more normal proportions. All right. So now, his face is looking close. I think it's a little on the skinny side though, so we're gonna have to pull this back. As much as I like the shape of his hair, it's just not enough of a cranium for this to make sense. There we go. That's looking better. And like always, guys, I'm gonna just treat this like a sketch. Like I always spend a majority of my time just getting the sketch right because it's so important. Line work, it's tedious and it takes time, but I don't think it's the most important part of a drawing. I think it's this stage because this is where you're figuring this stuff out. And that's also why I start from scratch whenever I'm working on stuff on these strings, because I think it's valuable for you guys to see how I come up with stuff just off the top of my head. Not everything is going to be perfect all the time, and I'll point out my mistakes and all the different things that, at least for me as an artist, make sense. And hopefully you guys learned something, or at least enjoy watching me make my mistakes. It's another option too. Because I know you guys enjoyed when I was having all those technical difficulties some months ago. But so far we've been doing pretty good since I moved. Alright, and then we gotta get this necklace right here. Oh. Time to change the song. Let's do that. Let's try this one. Kind of vibing to this one. This is cool. Okay. So now we got a basic sketch of our two characters. It's not looking terrible. Javen's still feeling a little scrunched to me, though. Javen's feeling scrunched. So let's see if we can figure out why. Resolve it. Just see what happens if we enlarge his body a little bit. Oh no, I cut off his chin. Actually, it's a little too loose of a web. Let's try. Yeah, there we go. And then we got this pathway under Javen. I think one should be in front of the other, so let's actually just make Miles a little bit smaller. Because Javen's kind of looking back anyway. So let's have him a little small. Megan says, I like it. Good. I'm so glad you like it. Yeah, I actually thought about doing a drawing like this for a while. Because it's like two of my favorite characters. The only other character that we could put in here, and I'll probably be just as excited, is our bald-headed friend Aang. Almost down on one bottle, by the way, guys. Where are you guys at in your water journey? Just out of curiosity, because I know I've brought up this film so many times. There's no way that you guys should be dehydrated right now. Oh, shoot. Get out the wrong layer. Actually, wait. Let me just merge that, and then I'll separate it later on. By the way, guys, remember what we did the other week? Remember these? Our Shadow Boxer Spider Sonas? We did Javen and Ishnu. Still really fun. I forgot why I gave him the green. Oh, it's because of the long cloak. That's what it was. Yeah, the long cloak. He got one hand revealed and the other not. And we came up with these Spire logos with the necklace pattern. Yeah, that was cool. Javen's got thick old eyebrows. Got my trusty gallon bottle on hand. Excellent. I actually just bought myself a gallon bottle the other day at like TJ Maxx or something like that, specifically for these streams. I just didn't fill it up today, that's all. But I have it, so you might start seeing it pretty soon. Javen's looking pretty good, but he's still super loose. So let's separate him out. Let's take out Miles. I actually really like this beat a lot. Oh snap, look who it is. Mark of Art has popped in. Welcome, bro. Welcome, welcome. We are doing a fan art piece of Miles Morales and Javen from Shadow Boxers hanging out. I got my Spidey BD on, and we got 3 water bottles. Well, this one's almost done. But we got some water bottles because we gotta stay hydrated over here. Despite the fact that it hurt me this morning when I had to leave the theater for 3 minutes because I couldn't hold it anymore. That was so. You have no idea how bad I felt about myself. But it is what it is, yo. It is what it is. It's not the only time I'm gonna see it. My mom was coming out a couple weeks. She's like, Jordan, we're going to see Spider-Verse together. I don't care what you say. I was like, I ain't gonna fight you. I ain't gonna fight you on that one. I will gladly check that. Yeah. I can't wait for the art book. Oh my gosh. The art book is going to be so insane. Alright, so what we're doing, we're just doing a slightly cleaner sketch, kind of like this quality. And then we'll probably just go right into color. I'm going to skip the clean line art for now, because that's just going to take up too much time. Maybe one day I'll do like an Atana Gwen Stacy piece or something like that. I think they could get along. They're similar in age. And then I could do like Kayla and Penny Parker or something like that. But 3 whole minutes. Jordan sprinting to the restroom. I actually was running. I was running to the restroom. Unfortunately, it was all the way across the theater too. I was like, I can't miss it. But thankfully, it was like right after the climax, or right after at least a really intense moment. I don't know. Well, I guess it was the climax, but there's still other stuff that happened. It's hard to say, but it was a really intense moment. You guys will know what I'm talking about. How could I put it in? Because Amanda saw it. I'm trying to put it in code. Man, what can I say? Right after going home, let's just say that. That scene, I was like, I can't hold this anymore. And yeah, I ran to the bathroom. And what's funny is I didn't know where it was. I saw the women's bathroom. I was like, where am I going? And then this lady's like, are you looking for the bathroom? I was like, yes. She's like, it's right over there. I was like, thank you. And it was one of those moments where I was like, can't you be any faster? Like I was not ready. Man, it said they were like 12 intense moments. I know, but I'm trying to like say it in code so that I don't spoil it for those who haven't seen the movie like Megan. So I'll tell you what, Megan will see it next week or this coming week, and I'll bring it up if you guys ask me what scene I'm talking about. But honestly, it was so good that if I didn't have stuff to do today, I probably would have watched it a second time, like immediately afterwards. It was just that lovely. It was just, you guys don't even know. You guys don't even know. Size those brows. His brows are really short in this one compared to what they should be looking. Now, man, it says I actually know what you mean. Okay, good. I'm glad you know. Now the pressure's really on. I better get my tickets in advance. That's probably a good idea. Well, here's the thing. I live in LA, so it might be a little bit different. But I also went like early this morning. Like my tickets were for like 9:15. Mark says, interesting. So how was the movie, dude? It was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Even my friend, who's not like a massive Spider-Man dude, like he likes Spider-Man, but he's not like nearly like me. He wasn't rocking the beanie or anything like that. He said, I think that was the best movie I've ever seen in my life. He had a couple of gripes about it. Just like everything, but he's like, despite that, it was the best one I've ever seen. Amanda says it probably is my favorite Spider-Man movie. Honestly, it's probably my top 3 movies of all time. Like first, my favorite movie of all time was Prince of Egypt. Then the first Spider-Verse came out, and now that the sequel's out, and there's just more to enjoy. Because for the movie. The movie just packs so much in. There's lots of great moments with the characters. There's some great moments with like Miles' parents and stuff like that, and just him adjusting to being Spider-Man, and him learning more about who he is and what it means to be Spider-Man. This is not spoilery stuff, but it's just so much fun. It's such a fun movie. And on Rotten Tomatoes, apparently got like a 95%. So I'm not saying that they count for everything, but it's like, that's pretty good considering how harsh they usually are. And I also just have so much respect for the film because it, at least the first one, seriously pioneered a whole new genre of animation styles. Like, I think Spider-Verse is the equivalent of what Toy Story was in 1995 and what Snow White was in 1939. It just changed the way people are going to do these films. Like, if you guys have you guys seen the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Like, check this out. They're totally ripping off of the Spider-Verse style, but it looks really cool. Like, it's really well painted and everything. Let me see. Like, tell me that doesn't look like Spider-Verse. Tell me it doesn't. Yeah, like, look at all these little hash marks and stuff like that. Like, it pioneered a whole new style of animation, and you see shows doing this, and it's just phenomenal. So I can never get over it, honestly. Got a really good feel of the characters, and now I'm really excited for the third one. And yeah, I have to rewatch and see all the little Easter eggs I missed. Yeah, there's probably so much I know I missed. I was talking with Kathy about it earlier, and she brought up stuff that I totally missed, and I was like, what? And it's like, how did you catch that? And I've heard, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that the second viewing of a film is always the best one, because you're not like just totally surprised by everything anymore, and you can take time to notice all the little details. And by the way, guys, if you are like a massive nerd about the first one, it will not disappoint, because I'm gonna give a little hint. It's not too much of a spoiler, but the villain, Miles' new villain, his origin story, is so specific to the first movie that most people might not even catch it, but it's hilarious when you realize what it is. Did you see the trailer for Wish? It was like Walmart Spider-Verse. Okay, well, it's not like Spider-Verse invented NPR, but yeah, non-photorealistic rendering. Yeah, that's true. But the way that they did it, the way they stylized it and everything, it's just a whole different thing. And now, like, I literally worked on a project where they're like, we want it to look like Spider-Verse, and it was a video game, and it was just like, it's just done something different. But no, I haven't seen the trailer for Wish. What is that? Oh, you know what? I have seen a couple of these images. I haven't seen the trailer though. Look at Mario. This was a good movie too. I saw Mario the other week, and that was fun. It was very fun. I would see the Mario movie again too. And it's the highest grossing anime movie of all time too. It reached like 1.1 billion. I don't know if an anime movie has ever reached $1 billion actually. Let's check, because I actually don't know anymore. Highest grossing films. Let's see. Avatar, Avengers Endgame, Avatar: Way of Water, of course. No Way Home, Avengers, Black Panther. Yeah, look at that. Super Mario Brothers movie. 19th highest grossing movie of all time, 1.3 billion. And then Frozen. Okay, so a couple movies have made, anime movies have made over $1 billion. So we got Frozen, Incredibles 2, Minions. I'm actually kind of surprised by Minions though, I'm not gonna lie. Toy Story movies. Okay, so several of them have. But either way, yeah, Mario definitely made the most. That's a really nice looking poster too. Very pretty. But yeah, the art jokes kill me in the movie. I was the only one that laughed in the theater. Oh yeah, the art jokes were really funny. It's a shame that you were the only one that laughed in the theater though. But yeah, the art jokes were really funny. The style, I'm gonna say, it's the style of the very first villain that they showed. I'm not gonna reveal, but I'm not gonna reveal who that is or what exactly happened. But that was freaking incredible. I literally said, "Whoa," So yeah, it's just so good. I can gush on that for so much longer. Matter of fact. One done. pick that up later, guys. Don't worry. Or maybe I'll just be a total slob and I'll just leave it there for like a day or 2 or 7 or 15. I don't know. Shoulders have to come down a bit more. Javen and Miles totally listen to the same music. I'm guaranteeing that. They would be homies. By the way, son, if you guys are listening, you're interested in Shadowboxers, you know, just let me know. Let me know. We can work something out where this fan art didn't have to be fan art anymore. We could have a Shadowboxer jump into the Spider-Verse. I'm just saying. Just saying. That hand is not very well drawn, but that's okay. Oh, you know what else I loved about Spider-Verse? You guys know that they have a bunch of different styles. One of the things I noticed is they actually have the guidelines of the characters still visible. Like for example, Miguel O'Hara in the movie, and he showed up at the end of the first movie. I don't think it's a spoiler or anything. Plus, it's been in all the trailers and stuff. You could see the guidelines of people, like people sketching him, like, oh, I do the guidelines like this. You could see those lines really lightly on him, and it's just freaking amazing. The Shadowverse. Ooh, that's an interesting name. I don't know if that's taken though. Let's just see. If not, I have an idea for a verse that we can use for the Shadowboxers world, but I have a feeling Shadowverse is gone. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, shadowverse.com. That's not my website. And I don't know what any of this is. It's a cool logo, though. I'll give them that. It's a cool logo. But yeah, sorry. Tell you what, though, if they didn't take it back in 2016, I would have been all over it, man. I've been all over it. Oh, what am I doing? What am I thinking? There we go. Boxerverse. That's a fun one. Shadowboxerverse. Nah, I have one. I have one in mind, though. I don't think any of you will be able to guess it, but I do have one. Yo, but not gonna lie though, after seeing the movie, I genuinely started thinking about Shadowboxers having a multiverse. I really thought about that, and I was like, man, I'm so consumed about the original story, so I don't really have time to to worry about a multiverse right now. But it would be really, really cool. You have too many icons in your dock, Jordan. The Clutterverse. Hey, I actually use most of these. I think there's like only 3 that I don't use. And some of them are more for separation. Like, I don't use this mail icon. I don't use Apple TV. I don't use Safari. Matter of fact, yeah, we just get rid of Safari right now. Yeah, that one's gone. And I don't use the news app. Yeah. But the rest of these, I think I used all of them. So it is what it is. Season 6. Yeah, it could be season 6, right? Season 6 or a spinoff. I genuinely thought about like, hey, wouldn't it be cool to have like some of these characters have a spinoff film? Like, I was like, it'd be cool to have a spinoff of Ishnu or Aletha or something like that. I think that'd be awesome. I don't think Javen needs a spinoff because he's the main character, but maybe older Javen after he's after he's learned all the stuff from the main series. The Fufu-verse. That's amazing. Yes, the Fufu-verse. That'd be hilarious. The Clutterverse. OMG, shots fired. I know, right? The shots have been fired. So fired. It's okay, though. I'm not offended. I will say this, though. One thing I don't understand is how people can have notifications from text messages and calls about with like 45 or 100 missed texts and calls and things like that. That I never understood. That I can't do. That I can't do. Fufu-verse. That is hilarious, though. Oh my gosh. It's not working. No. Okay. Shoes. By the way, guys, I survived all my classes. I survived the semester. I still have to do grading tonight because they're due tomorrow, and I've been kind of procrastinating, but it'll be okay. Shouldn't take me super long. But I do need to get them done before work tomorrow. Shoes. Sports anime spinoff, Caleb Skate Park series. Oh my gosh. Cooking anime spinoff, Fufu series. That would be epic. Oh my gosh. You guys are coming with the best ideas. That's what my phone looks like. 32 messages, 43,000 emails. Yeah, that couldn't be me. That couldn't be me. A friend had 3,000 unread emails. I told her to get another email address because, child, you seem like a simple man, Mark. Like, not simple, like, in the other way, but just, like, you don't like a whole lot of clutter. You don't like a whole lot of mess. It's just, like, one message, you read it, you respond to it, and leave it alone. Like, it's just simple. I get that vibe from you. I used to be that way with my email. I for a period of time, did not like emails just waiting in the queue. But and one of my main ones, I was just like, this is so doggone annoying to just keep erasing. I just let it go. So now there's like 1,000 in there. But I've also had that email since I was like 12 or something like that. And thankfully, it's not an embarrassing username or anything like that. That's why I keep it. But but it's just one of those things. It's about to run out of space. I'm like, who cares? That's one thing about Clip Studio I don't like is they have like multiple brushes when you hit the button. It kind of gets annoying, kind of get lost in them. Oh my goodness. Block is here across the Spider-Verse movie of the year, the century, the millennia. I don't disagree, man. I don't disagree. That movie was freaking phenomenal. I will be seeing it again. The first one I saw 3 times in the theater, and I think I can at least match that with this one. I'm definitely going to get it on whatever they release it in so I can get the behind the scenes features because it was just freaking incredible. My old email was Poodle Girl. Don't even like poodles. Oh my goodness. Mine is J Foster and then a number. That's it. It's like pretty simple. It's like if they ever get out of hand for me, 30 plus emails, I mass delete. Oh my gosh. Yeah. See. Yeah. I knew it. You're just one of those guys that doesn't like to be bothered. I respect that. I respect that a lot. Okay. Javen's looking pretty good right now. Isn't he a handsome lad? Hanging out with Spider-Man. Let's elongate that head just slightly. You know who'd be a fun character design? Javen's barber. I had this idea about incorporating like barbershop culture into Shadowboxers somehow, because for those of you who are Black, y'all would know that there's a certain culture that comes to staying in a barbershop, and you talk about your favorite sports stars or your favorite rappers, your top 5. There's always some madness going on, and it's so integral to the understanding of the world, not necessarily Shadowboxers' world, but just like what it means to, I guess, be Black in America. And I'm like, I've never really seen that in a cartoon. And with the exception of maybe Soul, they had a moment where they had that. But yeah, that it's a whole different thing. I really want to incorporate that. Block says Spider-Punk was my fave, no spoilers. He was hilarious. I really liked him. And thank you for not spoiling it, Block. Appreciate it, because some of us have not seen it. And we're not going to guilt anybody, because I'm pretty sure everyone's going to see it when they can. My gosh, was that a gorgeous movie. Okay. His head still feels a little big for his body. So let's I tell you guys, it's still really hard to draw and talk at the same time because you make lots of little errors like that. Your mind's in 2 different places, because typically when you're drawing, you're just so focused, and art is a very focused craft, medium, whatever you want to call it. It's very easy to just run into a bunch of mistakes by talking, by thinking about other things than the main focus. And so, yeah, I'm missing a couple of little details, but ultimately it's okay. It's not a big deal. It's not destroying the art or the craft by any means. I was missing this fold in his pants right here. I was forgetting something. It's looking cool. And now let's get that pathway that we drew earlier. Watch it or else. Margot Bart says some of us won't see it for quite a while. Why is that? What is quite a while, and why is that? We're gonna have to come to the UK and talk some sense into you, bro. Like, what the heck? Let's slide this over a bit. This is why you use multiple layers for stuff like this. I almost drew it on the same layer, and that would have been disastrous. All right, so with this, now I think we can start working with color. We got enough of this strong sketch where we can do that. Pathway here. Let's yeah, there we go. Actually, how did I do it before? How did I do that? It's white. Okay. Let's block these layers real quick. It's getting released up to a month after its release for some places. Oh, is that the case, Mark? Is that what's going on with you, man? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Move the layer, Crunk. Wrong layer. Yep, exactly. Move the layer, Crunk. That made me think of something. Do you guys think they're gonna make a live-action Emperor's New Groove one day? I mean, it's a pretty classic film. It's pretty classic, and it's like, it's primed for destruction, I think. I say destruction not because I want it to fail. I love the Emperor's New Groove, but because Disney just has a habit of making live-action films that are kind of pointless. Matter of fact, did anyone see the Little Mermaid movie? I did not watch it, but I'm curious if anyone saw it. What did you think of it? I don't know anyone personally who has seen it. I heard mixed to negative reviews, but you know, I'm also not the most difficult audience member to please. So some of that could just be some sort of false statement, you know? Megan says, please, no. I hope not. I'm over live action. Most of us are. They are making a Moana live action. It just came out like 4 years ago. Yeah, that one is stupid. So Moana came out in 2016. So that's 7 years ago. But I agree. That one is dumb. They're making a live action Lilo and Stitch, bad CGI Stitch. You know, yeah, that's also a bad idea. I understand Lilo and Stitch more than Moana, because you're right, Amanda. Moana just came out. It's not even 10 years old yet. It's already in live action treatment. And I'm curious, I wonder if, because here's the thing, Dwayne Johnson and Ali Carvalho, who voiced Moana, and The Rock obviously voiced Maui, they look kind of like the characters that they portrayed. So I'm curious if they're going to have them play in the live action, but it's just like, what's the point, you know? Like, I'd rather see a sequel to Moana than a live action of Moana. You know what I mean? And Lilo and Stitch should just stay the classic that it is. Oh, geez, that's kind of creepy. Look at it. Look at that! Oh my goodness. Okay, so they have a fake trailer. Let's look at Moana live action, everything we know so far. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Hey, there the guys. Let's see. No plans, live action Moana, have a release date. No release date. I'm just trying to see who's playing the characters. Okay, so looks like Dwayne Johnson announced it, so I guess he's going to be voicing Maui, or playing Maui, which makes sense because he's large and he's the voice. Who's in the cast? Okay, here we go. Who's in the cast? Dwayne will be returning to play legendary Maui. Okay. The character Maui is very good. Is that the only? Oh, no other castings were made. Okay, so he's just playing Maui. That's it. I mean, whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a rumor that's happening because Dwayne Johnson wants it so he can play Maui. Oh, well, that's not a rumor anymore based on what we just read. Not really. One, we don't have a cinema culture in Kenya. Cinema. Oh, I didn't realize you were in Kenya. My bad. I said the UK earlier. I could have sworn you were in London. We don't have a cinema culture in Kenya. Cinema is for movies, theater is for plays. 2, I live in a town with no cinema. Cost of living currently is too high to make movies a priority. Oh, I see. I'm sorry about that, dude. Well, look on the bright side. The way that they release movies nowadays, they'll probably release Spider-Verse by the end of July. I'm not even kidding. Like they are so quick. I remember as a kid waiting for the Harry Potter movies to come out, and I remember seeing the Chamber of Secrets in November of 2002 in theater, and it seemed like forever. And they released the movie in video and DVD in April or May. And so what is that, like 5 months or so? They are sorry, someone's calling me. Yeah, they're doing a little much when it comes to releasing movies a little too fast. Hold on. Someone called me. I just gotta send this out. Okay. Let's see. The Rock wants money because he missed out on Fast and Furious cash. You know what? I thought that he was in the new one, though. I could have sworn. Because I think I even saw a commercial for the new one in the theater today. Fast X. Was he not in it? 2023. Oh, no. Okay, I was wrong. Jason Momoa's in it. Brie Larson. Ludacris is back. Vin Diesel, Tyrese. I don't know that anyone else. Charlize Theron. What do I know her from? I'm sorry, guys. I just had to take a detour for a second. I know her from something. What's her filmography? Oh, geez. Too many movies to list. They have to give her a separate page. Maybe I just know the name. Maybe I don't actually know her. Oh, wait. Was it the Addams family? Okay, maybe, I don't know. I don't know where I'm from. Yeah, he's playing Maui, but the rumor is he's the entire reason it's being pushed so soon after the animated film release. I can believe that. He seems like a very forceful guy. I heard not so great things about his personality. I personally think he seems fine, but I've heard working with him is not easy. Yeah, I'll just wait. It won't be any less awesome in November. That is true. Just my advice to you, avoid social media. Anytime you see a spider, avoid it because, I think the internet's being overly gracious with spoilers for Spider-Verse because I didn't see it. I went in pretty much blind for this movie, and I'm very thankful for it, but I can't guarantee that's going to happen for a while. So just be aware. Be very aware. Okay. Okay. Let's darken this up. Yeah, there we go. Javen. Let's get his colors in here. I want to try something different with Javen today. I want to try coloring him in Spider-Verse fashion, which reminds me, I need to import my brushes for Spider-Verse. How do I do that? Is it this? Add subtool. No. Let me change. I guess it would be add subtool. Does anyone know how to add brushes on Clip Studio? Oh, I guess it would be a subtool then. Because I do have the brush pack for Spider-Verse. I got it because I took a class, or signed up for a class. I didn't actually take the class with, oh wait, can't go on this. Because I took a class with Patrick O'Keefe, who was the art director on the very first one. What the heck? Sorry, I'm getting distracted right now. And he uploaded his brushes into the class, and so I got him through that. Here we go. O'Keefe brushes. Okay, it should be loading. There we go. All the Spider-Verse brushes. Here, I'll even show you guys a quick sample of it. So I got all the little squares here. And you got the halftone circles. They got whatever crazy brush this is. There's another one this one I think they use for like buildings and stuff. There's just a big old blocky square brush. But yeah, I want to try coloring them in this style, so it's gonna be fun. Charlize Theron is from Snow White, Mad Max Fury Road, etc. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of those movies. Dude, I used to watch Game of Thrones like a week or two late. I know how to avoid spoilers. I've actually never seen Game of Thrones. But that is impressive though. I won't tell. Good, Amanda. I'm glad you won't tell. Okay, so let's see. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna color Javen normal, and then I'll go on top and I'll play with the different textures, I think. I'm gonna try it that way. See how that works. Actually, it's probably a faster way to do this. Let's see how well the outline tool works. Hopefully all the lines are closed. Oh yes, they are closed. Excellent. Save me some time. Cool so far. Let's get the whites of the eyes. And let's color in those eyebrows. Can we walk around with unfilled and eyebrows? Pearly whites. I can set this book down now. Just realized I haven't had any water since I threw my first bottle across the floor. Guys, this is 8:30 right now and the sun is still out. I freaking love summertime. Like, there's two modes. I like the fact that days last so long in the summer, but I also kind of like in wintertime when the sun sets early and you could just, it's one of those light the fire places and be cozy and stuff, all that. There's definitely something about that I enjoy. I don't enjoy the cold portion though. But my birthday's in January, so gotta learn to accept it, you know. Sometimes I forget that Javen's wearing fingerless gloves when I'm drawing him. One of these days, I'm gonna cosplay as Javen. I don't know if I'll get the haircut, but I want to wear his clothes. Dude's got a fresh wardrobe, or as the youth say, he's got some cool drip, man. At least that's what I heard. That's what the youngins say. Oh, I love the young people. Okay, Javen's almost done with coloring. Let's get his fingers. Oh yeah, I forgot his pupils. Okay, and then I'm going to need to do the glowy parts of his jacket next. Okay. Just make sure. Alright, let's switch up the song. I do like this one, but we're gonna switch it. Let's try this one. Kind of liking this. Can vibe with it. Vibe with it. Alright, let's get the nice sharp blues, cyans. Let's see, I think that'll be this color. Alright, looking cool. Alright, now let's how do we do this? Let's first off, let's make this glow happen. There we go. Then now we can play with the Spider-Verse textures. Let's see how this works. Maybe can I reference this there? Like that? It was all an experiment. I don't know if this actually worked. Nope, that didn't work. I don't know if you guys can see all that. Oh, looks like you can. Why is the brush shape round? That's weird. And then why is this not in here? No. Yeah, I'm just experimenting, guys. I have no idea what this is about. But I'm just gonna have some fun. So I guess the real question is, who's in whose universe? Is Javen in Miles' universe, or is Miles in Javen's universe? Because one of them is gonna have to start glitching. Just thought about that. Javen is a very conspicuous traveler with all that light. Yeah, he's very private. Let's see. It's kind of looking cool. Let's see what his skin would look like. I think we'll do the halftone. Not with that color though. We'll do this color that's, just make it slightly more saturated and a little darker. Whoa. Okay, that's not what I wanted. How do you hide a selection in Clip Studio? Let me see. What's the command for that? View menu selection border. I think I need to change my settings. I tried to match Clip Studio to be as much like Photoshop as possible. View selection border. Where's this button? Where's the little up arrow? Oh, okay, that's on the 6. Okay. How's this? Oh my gosh. Oh, no, that's control. Okay, I see. Got it. Okay. I'm pretty sure it would be cooler to see Miles in SB world, not the other way around. Miles is in Javen's universe. This is the Shadowboxer stream. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's true. That makes sense. Also, that's really cool. I didn't know that that canyon was half in northern, half in the southern hemisphere. I heard, so I saw this science experiment that was done. Apparently, in some part of the at the equator, I can't remember what country it was in. I think it was in South America. They were showing that if you pour water down a drain, the water will like flow in different directions depending on what side of the line you're on. It was really cool. I don't remember where I saw it, but I thought it was awesome. I think Javen would find our world pretty boring. Oh my gosh, you totally hate it. You totally hate it. He would be, what can I compare him to? He would be a troublemaker, for sure. just because of his boredom. It's kind of fun, actually. Actually, I think I like this one more. No, not this. Where's the exact? Yeah, there we go. That feels more fitting for hair. Looks like he's got the chicken pox a little bit though. Whoops. Let's see if we can fix that. Just limit that a bit. Mark says the equator water thing is totally true. Yes, I knew it. I think that's so cool. That's awesome. Thank you for confirming that. Miles will probably feel a little less special though. Yeah, that's true. Miles will definitely feel less special in Javen's world. Definitely. By the way, you guys, I don't know if you guys appreciate how much Megan just threw a hint at y'all as to what's going on. Let's see. Oh wow, it's almost 8 o'clock. Been streaming for 2 hours. Okay. You know what's so fun about drawing like this is that it feels like you're allowed to be messy. That's what I really like, because I just did random stuff and it just looks cool, you know? That's something that I really appreciate about this way of doing things. And then let's try to rake. But there's something about this that just makes it feel like you're allowed to be kind of messy. Oh, I just thought of something. I'm gonna try it out. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but we're gonna do this. We're in the folder. We're going to flatten the lower one. And we're going to color this a pink. And then we're going to do this again, except we're going to color that one. It's like lime green. I know you guys can't really see it very well. But then let's take a lasso. Select a couple portions out. I'm going to move that over to its side. And then we're going to do the same thing to this one with the pink. Trying to get it like glitchy, like how that happened in Spider-Verse. Let's maybe lower the opacity on one of them. Let's change this grain. That might be a little too close. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's looking cool. Yeah, yeah. I like it. I like it. Um, Javen, the chosen one. We can see his hints. We can see hints. Thank you for trying not to spoil things. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, this is kind of cool. I like this. I'm liking this. Um, okay. So we got Javen there. Miles, we haven't even touched Homeboy in a minute. Let's fill him in. Let's start with the selection. And then we're going to go underneath. And we're just gonna okay, we're gonna fill him in green apparently. That's not what I thought was the black. But fine. This brush is actually gonna be great for the logo on his chest right here. Taper pencil. If I forget, remind me, guys. Taper pencil on the pencil tool. That's gonna be great for him. Yeah, let's fill him in colors like he actually is. It's probably it's probably too black. It's okay. Lighten up a bit. Ooh. Kind of like this. Go a little darker with it. Okay, then yeah, I'm just experimenting right now, guys. This is so much fun. You guys have no idea. I don't think they would ever color him or use these brushes on him specifically. But it's my drawing. I do what I want. Okay, so we got Miles there. And then the white. One of his eyes. Actually, let me pull up a reference. There we go. So we got the white of his eyes. Let's turn off that layer for just a moment. All right. Come back with oh, it's not what I'm intending on. Let's do this. Let's get some blues in there. And what else can we use? Soft round. Let's get a little green. I'm just playing around, guys. I don't even know what's happening. Yeah, it looks fresh. I would venture to say you can't really spoil things for someone who reads. It just makes the moment more exciting to watch on screen. For example, someone who read the Harry Potter books or the in-game comics would still be excited to watch it in the movie. Are you talking about Shadowboxers or Spider-Man? I'm actually confused. When you're talking about the reads part, give him Javen's irises just for funsies. How would I give him his irises? What do you mean? He's wearing a mask. I'm really confused. Let's give nice border for lenses. It's a little bit more pink, but I actually kind of like it. I think it fits with Javen's pink on his shirt. Look at this. Oh, Spider-Man. Okay. Playing around is the best part of art. Yes, it is, Amanda. That's the best part about it. Like, Spider-Verse, just as a style, really makes you feel like you can play with different stuff. Like, there's no set answer. You don't have to be perfect, which is one of the reasons I think it's so fun, like when I was working on that game, I won't say I pioneered the look of what we were doing, but because I had the brushes, sorry, I closed my window. Sorry, I got to tell you. I just got up. Yeah, it's getting dark out here. Give Miles Javins irises in the mask right now. How's that even gonna work? I don't even understand how that's gonna work. What was I saying? Shoot, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, the perfectionism. You don't really get a sense of them trying to be perfect in the way that they create stuff. And so when I was doing the game, they really gave us a lot of frigs. We kind of had to recreate their look. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Miles might need some lighter line art. Let's do like a lighter gray and see what happens. Oh yeah, there we go. That'll do it. Okay, and then let's go in here. These diagonals in here again. Let's lower the opacity of this brush. Wait, which one's opacity? It's not thickness. Texture density? It doesn't feel right. Where's the freaking opacity? It's art. Make it happen, then erase it later, Jordan. Jeez. Well, why are you so demanding all of a sudden? You cranky at 4 a.m., aren't you? Well, I wasn't talking about Spider-Verse. Hey. I know that now, Megan. Jordan's confusion shared a lot. Well, oh well. It's okay. It's quite all right. Okay, I guess I just have to be very light with my touch. Part of me wants to use this in Shadowboxer's art, but I feel like it would come across as being like I was ripping it off or something. Of course, you can't really own an art style, I guess. But what do you guys think? Can you own an art style? I guess the word that they use in social media is appropriate, but usually it has a different context, I believe. Okay, that's pretty sick. Okay, and then just gotta take a look at the red on Miles. So let's do a new layer for that. Let's pick out benzes, critical lines. You know what? Let me actually do a mask over these lines. How do I do this? I think it's black, right? Oh no, I erase. I have to erase it, yeah. That's one thing about Clips too. It's backwards from Photoshop when it comes to how they do masks. It's a little annoying. Yeah. There we go. Then we can come in and use the square brush here. So Miles has these stripes right along the side. Do a clipping mask. I gotta say, I do miss the kind of Venom shoulders. I thought that was really cool. But it's okay. It's okay. Then this kind of comes across his arm like that. And then looks like this goes to his leg or his knee. And it just stops, and then he's got some on the bottom. And then obviously the spider logo. Oh, and then his hands are red, apparently. Okay, so insides. Kind of digging this, so let's do a clipping or alpha lock, and then we're going to use a slightly different red. This is a little on the pink side, so we're going to push a little more towards like a more primary red. And we're going to get some of those textures like halftones. Oh, that's too bright. Let's darken it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Some halftone in here, get some diagonal rectangles going on. Yeah. Then you can go on top of this, and that brush, the taper pencil, like I said, is going to be really good for the spider logo. I like the old school, not old school, it's only a few years old, but I like the older one where it's kind of like spray painted on. So I'm just going to make up my own little spider logo on his chest. He spray painted it himself. That's way too big. We'll clean that up. By the way, guys, speaking of Spider-Man, this is a whole different context, so. Has anyone seen the trailer for the Spider-Man 2 game on the PS5? Looks freaking incredible. I am debating buying a PS5 specifically so I can play that game. I'm not even kidding. Anish Kapoor owns a color which limits its style, so maybe. What color does she own? That's crazy. Or he. I don't know who that is. I was messing with this earlier. You can choose which traits you can have show up in the tool property bar and Clip. You have to click something. I totally forgot which thing or where it is. I honestly want Clip Studio to be as much like Photoshop as possible, but with all the good things Photoshop has. You know, like my tool presets and everything, my keyboard shortcuts, all that is like matched to Photoshop, just because I don't want to have time to. I don't have time to like figure out all these new shortcuts and everything. Someone owns a color. I think Jay-Z owns a specific color of blue, actually. Like, let me see, Jay-Z blue, and hopefully it doesn't show his daughter. Could have sworn. I feel like he owns a specific. I'm pretty sure he owns a specific blue. Yeah, look at that. Pantone says Jay-Z blue is a real thing. Good. Let's see. Jay-Z is such a big deal. He has his own secret color. Vice President Lloyd Pressman of the Pantone Color Institute says Jay-Z created his own Jay-Z Pearly Blue in 2007. Says it's a mesmerizing blue that's a combination of sky and cobalt with a pearlescent quality. Jay-Z's blue code is apparently confidential and doesn't appear on the Pantone color wheel. That's freaking incredible to me. This dude is so rich, he owns the color blue. You know how rich you gotta be to own the freaking color blue? Oh my gosh. Looks like his armpits are bleeding. That's funny. He owns a Vanta black color, Anish Kapoor. He made the bean in Chicago. I will always call it the bean because he doesn't like it being called that. Oh my gosh. Well, find out what name you're gonna do for our boy Sean Carter over here. For those who don't know, Jay-Z's real name is Sean Carter. That's, yeah, in case you're wondering. You know what? I actually think this would look better upside down, and I just redraw that spider head. um, and then let's flip this. Okay, that's also. And flip the vertical. Oh, that's not doing it. Darn it. It's close, but not quite there. It's mostly these legs here. Just trying to be slick with it. And then, oh, I forgot his webs. Let's get the webs real quick. Just put this white. And then, what can we do to make this even cooler? I think I need some more of this like effect on Miles. So let's try this. Let's see what happens if I duplicate the red, fill that with the green. Underneath. And we'll do this one. Let's do it with the blue. Cyan blue, like the one Javen has. Okay. And then we're going to select, do a lasso. Actually, let's be a little more. Let's get that a little more. That's right. This ought to do it. Let's move that over to the side. Just a couple. Move this to the side just a bit. That didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Maybe if I move it down. Lower that opacity a little bit. I missed a lot of things. I really don't like the brush engine in Clip Studio Paint. That might be the only thing I think Photoshop does better, but it's a big deal. Yeah, that's true. I'm not a huge fan of it either, but you know, what can we do? I'm not subscribed to this color ownership nonsense. I just call Sean Beyonce's husband. Unpopular opinion, but I think he's overrated. That's pretty funny. I think a lot of people agree that he's overrated. Me personally, I grew up on Jay-Z. I don't really care for him as much anymore, but I can totally see his appeal. But you gotta understand, like, his heyday was in the early 2000s. From 1996 to 2003, he dropped a new album every single year. So 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. New album every single year. And he also didn't write down his songs. He would memorize the lyrics in his head, and he would spit the verses. So on that level alone, that's freaking impressive. And then, you know, obviously he's gone to more business side of things. Like he doesn't have anything to prove in rap anymore. And quite honestly, rap is a young man's game. Like once you start seeing rappers turn like 40, and up, that's when they start slowing down. There's very few rappers who are still relevant, or who are still trying at that age. Like Eminem is one I can think of. He's 50, he's still doing it. Dr. Dre is more producing. Snoop Dogg is kind of laying back. Ice Cube is laying back. I bet you Kendrick Lamar, even, he's probably gonna retire in a couple of years because he's like 35. And as much as people love him, he seems like one of the people to me that would quit while he's ahead. Not that I think he's gonna make bad work, but I think people are just gonna start treating him differently. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna start doing something here. That's actually kind of a cool look. Wait a second. This was not even planned, but let's just see. Bob Ross says happy accents happen all the time. Let's do, let's cover some of this up. Some black. Oh, this is cool. I don't know if that green is working anymore. So we can get rid of that one entirely. Let's make some of this red in here too. My name's Miles Morales. I was bitten by a radioactive spider, and now I'm the one and only Spider-Man. Let's see. I believe the way he controls Vanta Black is that the company was made. It won't give the paint to anyone else until they own the patent for how to make it. Oh, that's the dude who owns Vanta Black. Okay, I've heard of that. I didn't realize that was his name. Thanks, don't know how knowledgeable I really am, but happy to share my knowledge. That's odd to me. It's not like music is a sport where people's bodies can't handle it after a certain time. What do you think that is? What was the thing that I said? With music. Yeah, so with music, I think it's just about relevance. It's specifically rap music. I don't think it's the same with any other genre. But if you listen to enough rap, it's usually about being young, growing up on the streets or the hood, being in the hood, party life, etc. And it's very difficult to transition from being that dude to suddenly being older when you've kind of outgrown that. And a lot of rap music is about the struggle. But once you get rich and famous, it becomes a little harder to consistently sell an audience. I think a sad fact is that most rappers don't turn 40. That is true too. A lot of rappers get killed before their time. And quite honestly, it's a little interesting because rap has been around for it's the shortest living genre, or it's the newest genre, right? It was only created in the 70s, and so we don't really know what happens to rappers after they pass, or like after they turn a certain age. But it's just a young man's game at the end of the day. And so I think new generation arises, they don't want to hear the old heads anymore. And most rappers, when they get older, if they don't venture into something else, like acting, a lot of rappers, if you notice, they're acting in shows and movies. Like Tupac was actually going to retire from rapping, go into acting. Ice Cube has done that. 50 Cent has done that. Who else? I don't think Snoop Dogg has turned to acting per se, but he's been in lots of commercials and like he's just doing other things. So a lot of rappers will turn to that, and it'll be, it'll be a brand new like area for them to focus on. So Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Um, all right, so I think Miles is looking kind of cool. I do want to try one more thing with Javen though before we dip, because it's about time for the string to be on its last leg. Is this anything on here? Okay, let's we're gonna try this real quick. Let's do like a purple mix and green. And then we're gonna do the selection tool. Oh man, I forgot to color his shoes. Hold on a second. It's not gonna fly. Hold up. Can't be leaving out the shoes. It's one of the coolest parts of his look. Because I would rock these shoes. And I'm not just saying that because I designed them. It's part of why I'm saying it, but I think they're genuinely cool shoes. Alright, there we go. Commercial there below. Alright, now we're in business. Now let's do this one last time. Green. Rapping about your kids and taxes. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to do that so much. Although some rappers have made some very delicate and beautiful songs. I think the thing about rappers is that they're storytellers, so if they can find ways to tell new stories that are interesting, then they'll be good. Like Biggie died when he was really young, but I think that he probably would have had the longevity because he had so many unique stories. I would say Eminem is really good with telling stories as well. They all kind of have a very similar theme, but I think he has those chops too. But there's some songs like "Runaway Love" by Ludacris, it makes people cry. It has nothing to do with him. It's all about like young women and the struggles they face, whether it's the death of a family member or literally being on their own and being abused and all that stuff. It's something. Most Def. Oh snap! Sawyer in the house. What up, bro? Appreciate you for coming on, man. Would be great if one of them was carrying pork chop in the mission was returned to Fufu. Probably Miles would be doing the carrying. That would have been a great idea had you brought it up sooner. It's too late now. But we can do a Javen Miles drawing of pork chop being saved. Would you make a deal with a comic book company like Dark Horse with your story? That's a good question. So, first of all, my goal is to have Shadowboxers be an animated series, right? First and foremost. So I would be open to working with any company that would allow me to maintain creative control and freedom with this project. Now, I'm not saying that so that, because I think I'm better than everyone else, but I do know of projects that become so neutered because of some sort of, company marketing reason or something like, hey, our audience likes this, so we have to turn your characters into this. And, there's lots of stuff like that. And because this project is my baby, I am not willing to give that up. And so that's why, I would rather do this with a small team or by myself than with someone who's going to jeopardize my vision. That said, though, if I found an animation studio or a company like Dark Horse that were like, this is really cool, all we want to do is maybe tighten up some story points here and there, but it's not going to jeopardize the overall view or vision of what the project is, then I'd be totally fine with it. I would love to have this be in front of a big audience. But again, it's like you don't want to have this become something that's not supposed to be. And that's where I think a lot of people mess up, because they see dollar signs and they just give up their thing. Like for example, some of you guys may know of a show called The Boondocks. There is a man named Aaron McGruder. He is the creator of that show. And he started off doing comics. It was a syndicated comic, and it was very, very successful. It eventually got a show. But the thing that happened was that during or in the middle of the third and fourth season, he got fired from the show, apparently because he was too slow of a writer. And they took his name off the credits, off the creator credits. You can literally look at the intro to the show right now, and it won't say created by Aaron McGruder in the fourth season, because he wasn't involved. But it's like that's his creation. So, he might have been a difficult person to work with. I don't know, but I do know that that's jacked up. So I'm very careful about that. And thankfully, I have people in my circle who are very used to reading contracts, whether they're lawyers or whether they're producers in Hollywood who are used to seeing this type of stuff. So that's kind of my stance on it. So if they're willing to, let me do my thing, then by all means, let's get shadow boxes up on the shelves. Let's do some cool stuff, But actually, that shadow doesn't make sense. I just realized, because the light's coming from underneath them. So yeah, good question though. I don't make up the time zones, Jordan. I would have woken up sooner. Hey, stop with the excuses, bro. Stop it. With comics, it's actually cooler to do it yourself than get a publisher. You can always get a publisher to do the print copy of a webcomic. The opposite is self-publishing with writers. Yeah, it's like there's so many ways to do it. It just really depends on what it is that you want to do. Shadowboxes is too special to me to just give it over to anyone. I mean, anyone. And that includes like family, friends, all that stuff. And it's not to say I'm not opposed to working with dope people, because dope people exist, and I know that collaboration is usually the best medicine to create something really epic, like Spider-Verse, right? Like that movie was a huge collaboration project if you look at the credits, and they came up with something amazing. But it's so new right now that I don't know if it would be a benefit to have too many hands on it. Once the story starts getting more out there and people start seeing what it's about, then I think it'd be easier to kind of have that transition, start inviting more people into it. Jordan uncapping the bottle before I can drop the hydrate emoji. Yep, I was prepared. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're working with. All right, let's get some shadow underneath here. Technically, I think the shadow would actually be opposite of what I'm doing right now, but I kind of don't care right now. So it's fine. So we got a little bit of shadow on Javen. All right. So this is what we got, guys. Actually, wait, Miles is a little dark with the red. Let me see if I can spruce that up a bit. Why is it so... It's not bright enough. What's happening? It's supposed to be like this color. What in the world? Why is it not working? Megan, help. I don't know what's going on. It's supposed to be way cooler. Oh, okay, it was the clipping mask. How does that even... Oh, I get it, because this one was lower. I see, okay. Now I understand. Okay, well then let's just do, let's put everything back where it was. And then we'll do him first, and we'll just cut that off. Yeah, there we go. So there it is, guys. We got our boys, Javen and Miles. This has been the post Spider-Verse stream. Jar Jar King in the background. Oh yeah, let's start in the background real quick. Good idea. Let's get a soft brush. We're gonna have to do like a slight gradient because we can go darker where Javen is, but not so much where Miles is, because Miles' suit is too dark. So let's do I have a soft brown brush somewhere? Oh, here we go. This will work. And it's still Spider-Verse. Okay, no, that's not the right color. Spider-Verse has these saturated colors going on. Let's make this like a deep purple. Kind of looking cool to me. Let's get a little bit of blue in there. Yeah, there we go. Making the tech support kiosk. Yeah, basically, which I appreciate. All right, guys, that has been our stream. We did 2.5 hours today, which I found rather enjoyable. And we got to do some cool stuff. So yeah, we just drew Javen and Miles hanging out. Hopefully one day there will be some sort of universe where they can collaborate. But for now, this is it. Anyway, guys, I will see you next week. I don't plan on going on any trips, so I'll see you Sunday at 6 p.m. Please like the video if you have not already. Share with your friends if they're Shadowboxers or Spider-Verse fans. Either way, let's see. You're the GOAT, Jordan. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Have a good night, y'all. Hanging out. LOL. Yes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I think most of you guys who are currently watching are. But either way, appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Peace.